Thank you so much once again for joining us right at the top of the hour. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango, and of course, before we delve into the bulletin, let us start off with the top stories. Headlines tonight: President Yoweri Museveni meets with the Acholi leaders at State House. Museveni urges Omusinga Mumbere to support the war against the ADF. Janet Museveni urges leaders in Rushenyi County to ensure success for the PDM. And UPDF's Mountain Brigade embraces regular military training. The news in detail: President Yoweri Museveni has met and held discussions with a section of leaders from the Acholi sub-region at State House Entebbe. The leaders were led by the Chief Justice of Uganda, His Lordship Alphonse Owiny-Dollo. During the meeting, President Yoweri Museveni and the leaders discussed a wide range of issues regarding the recent Presidential Executive Order Number 3 that addressed, among others, the issue of Balalo ownership of the land in Acholi sub-region. President Museveni issued an executive order on 19th May 2023 following his regional tour, where he promised to deal with errant and undisciplined Balalo herdsmen. In the order, President Museveni banned Balalo from the northern part of Uganda. The Balalo were to leave the north by the end of June this year, but this was deferred to September 30th. However, President Museveni again extended the implementation of the order to 20th October 2023, which is today, in the order to give them time to study new reports about the Balalo herdsmen operations in the region. The extension ends today. The Acholi leaders reported to the president that some Balalo were using names of top officials in the government to commit crimes like grabbing land, destroying crops of the locals, among other forms of unlawful acts. The president promised the leaders that the issue will be solved by harmonizing the relationship between the Acholi people and the herdsmen. The meeting was also attended by the Minister of Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Honorable Hilary Onek, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and International Affairs, Honorable Henry Okello Oriem, Minister of State for Economic Monitoring, Beatrice Akello Akori, and Brigadier Layibi Division MP Martin Ojara Mapinduzi, Kilaka County MP Anthony Akol, opinion and cultural leaders. Now, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met with the NRM party flag bearers in Kampala at Kololo ceremonial grounds. The president, who is the national chairperson of the National Resistance Movement, discussed with the flag bearers matters pertaining to the cohesion of the NRM party. And in a recent meeting with local leaders from Bukonzo West and Kasese, the resident district commissioner Kasese, Lieutenant Joy Walusimbi, directed local authorities to submit monthly security reports to his office. These reports are intended to track the security measures implemented to safeguard the communities. The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, who is also the Ntungamo District NRM chairperson, has urged leaders in Rushenyi County to be determined and ensure that all parish development model funds reach the extended and intended beneficiaries and that the program is a success.
Ntungamo, for a week, to monitor progress of the parish development model, met the program beneficiaries and other stakeholders at Rubare Town Council Playground in Akatojo Ward to evaluate the implementation of the PDM in Rushenyi County. She cautioned the leaders against asking for kickbacks from the PDM beneficiaries.
Now, which you can parish chiefs, LC1 chairman. Ngubariyo shahuru busente bw'abantu nyompurro kushasha kwa mani hona shi turiyahererahi mbweni we LC1 ninga LC3 ninga LC5 ninga whatever level eyorho oyumwe bembezi w'abantu hatoguna iwe no murundu gwawe gukwereza abantu bawe utakugeza kubashahura hati na iwogu no murundu gwawe gwo kujyota nanye kundi bantakirya abantu banje bariyaje ngo nkabakorereki kwizire PDM program ya government ya leta sente z'abantu nangwa nkantine allowance nangwa nkantine facilitation kunge kinakozire abantu banje baryanjurira nobundi bantakira umunsomo.
The First Lady criticized men who have abdicated their God-given role of head of families and left the responsibility to provide and fend for their families to women. She said they will never be blessed for failing to fulfill this role.
Omushaija mukama weka otakurwanirira ye kona babakazi baryagiwanirira bata bonka.
She appreciated the people of Rushenyi for the productive work they have been engaged in even before the PDM program was introduced. She cited the people of Rahi who are actively involved in selling onions, beans and peas, and the Rushenyi people who are well known for rearing dairy cows and sale of milk, plus other enterprises. The parish chiefs lauded government for the PDM program that has restored their role in the communities. The National Deputy Coordinator, PDM Secretariat, Honorable Jovren Kalisa, who represented the Minister of Local Government, advised the beneficiaries to take the PDM funds as a seed that should not be eaten but invested to multiply. Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Training is vital for every soldier's professional development in the armed forces. Mountain Warfare Training School Karugutu in Ntoroko district under the Mountain Division and considerably equipped foot soldiers with mountain combat techniques that included maneuvering in harsh terrain conditions.
The Mountain War Training School is located in Karugutu Town Council, the local district, and is approximately 319 kilometers from Kampala on Bundibujo Road. Training is a vital part of every soldier and officer's professional development in the army. Mountain warfare training is both physical and mentally demanding. Major General Diko Lum is the divisional commander, Mountain Division, and Colonel Musoke Kavuma is the commandant of Mountain Warfare Training School.
Lakini kazi yetu kama Mountain Division ni kazi ya kupigana, na tunapigana sio Kongo peke yake. Hata Uganda tunapigana. Sema yoyote rais president anasema twende tupigane, tunafanya nini? Ndio maana unatuita the Mountain Division.
Flight instructors equip soldiers with tactical and technical training for mountain warfare operations.
If you got more opportunity, still come back and enhance. You guys are a superior military, you are very, very modern, you are more experienced. These are young soldiers. These are young soldiers who do not have that expertise to be smart in everything. But when they listen from you, when they hear what you are saying, when they see what you are showing them, it sticks into their mind. Every day of your life is a day of learning. When you get experienced militaries like them, you only don't learn from what they teach you. You also learn from the way they behave. So for us, we believe that you as young soldiers, you should endeavor to grasp whether it is on medical first aid issue, whether it is on counter IEDs, all that is what you are going to get in the field.
It also enables soldiers to operate successfully using proven techniques derived from lessons learned in drills in mountains and harsh terrain.
So today we are passing out a total of 503, and they are ready to begin combat. They are ready for military consumption, and effective today they are being deployed to the field. Apart from that, we had another group divided into 3 small groups, and they were trained by the French experts.
Uganda People's Defense Forces in its wisdom began a mountain warfare school to equip soldiers with mountaineous war tactics. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Haruna Mutesasira. Now over to Nakasongola. The residents of Nakasongola raise their voices in protest against the alleged mistreatment by their leaders and land grabbers. In response to the growing unrest, the State Minister for Lands makes a pivotal visit to the Chalwanga Forest Reserve to address the land issues and the insecurity in the area.
In 2019, President Yoweri Museveni issued a directive to degazette the Chalwanga Forest Reserve to provide refuge for flood victims from Nachitoma, Lwabiata, Lwampanga, Nabiswera, and those displaced from land associated with Nakasongola Army Barracks. This vital piece of land, covering 16 square miles, is home to 2,000 families.
Era mbajjako sente nga ngamba ngenda bakolera ebyapa ne mbajjako emitwalo nkaaga. There are some individuals whom I refer to as mafias who have been tarnishing the name of the president that usually quoting that orders from the back.
Residents of Chalwanga, represented by Honorable Benedict Sechanzi, approached Dr. Sam Mayanja, the State Minister for Lands, pleading for intervention. They are seeking protection against threats of eviction, torture, property destruction, and unwarranted imprisonment, all at the hands of the district's leadership. The residents lay blame on Public Service Minister Wilson Muruli Mukasa, the LCF of Nakasongola Sam Chugula, and RDC Jonathan Akweteireho for their alleged collaboration with land grabbers, accusing them of selling off their land and perpetrating acts of torture and imprisonment.
Ndikukoti bei lwasonga za Chalwanga ayingira government RDC
Bernard Sechans defends himself, shedding light on the accusation of tribalism and corruption levied against him. He attributes these charges to his refusal of bribes and subsequent situation of residents facing imprisonment and torture.
Some mafias who were writing about me that I'm causing secretariats amongst even soliciting money from the tenants to process for them title, yet it has been misleading information to the president.
The Presidential Advisor General Duties Fiona Warungi explained her role in the matter and offering reassurances of peace restoration for the residents.
Waliwo abantu abazaalibwa nga bakulembeze nga balina okuyamba abantu abateesobola nga bo Katonda yabatonda nga bakola ekyo. Era neebaza mukulembeze w'eggwanga nti yabateerako omukulu ono. Omuntu gwe waaba obukulu nga tanoonya kalulu ono teyali MP babulonda bulonda.
The State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, asked the Deputy RDC and the Presidential Advisor General Duties, Fiona Warungi, to lead the investigations and work towards resettling the affected residents.
RDC aliwo yalyanganyi titogenda nti landlord aganyi. Ne mugamba tojja kuŋŋaana kubanga nze minisita w'ettaka mu Uganda. A signature of President, this is the order from above. Tewali order esinga wano. N'olwekyo bino LC5 bwe badoyogera obadde osanga busawa.
Minister Dr. Sam Mayanja directed the RDC and DPC to release all residents arrested in connection with the land dispute and ordered MP Wodiabo County to create a comprehensive report.
Sigala wano olwaleero lwonna ng'otegeka report ogikwase Fiona. Kiwedde bannange kiwedde.
Crispus Arinitwe, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Thank you very much, Crispus and Jamil. Now into the Bank of Uganda. Entrepreneurs in Lango sub-region have accused commercial banks for denying them access to agricultural credit facilities and some small business recovery funds. The farmers allege that all commercial banks mandated to give out these loans are unwilling to observe the funds, that is to disburse the funds due to their low interest rates.
Let us leave them alone. They die their natural death.
Agricultural Credit Facility and Small Business Recovery Fund was initiated in 2009 by Government of Uganda in partnership with some financial institutions to provide affordable credit to small and large enterprises engaged in agriculture. According to this initiative, selected financial institutions were to provide this service to farmers at an interest of 12% per annum. However, farmers in Lango have raised concerns over the manner in which the credit services are being handled by the commercial banks.
SCF fund be given through chambers of commerce.
The commercial bank, I think they are seeing that if they expose that agricultural credit facilities loan, farmers will again take advantage of getting that one only and leaving their loans.
During an engagement meeting with business owners and farmers in Lango, organized by Bank of Uganda in Lira City, several concerns were raised over the disbursement and recovery.
My humble appeal to each one of you is to use institutions that are licensed and regulated by Bank of Uganda, institutions that are licensed by the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority.
This is a risk-shared facility. What that means is that government bears 50% of the risk and financial institutions bear 50% of the risk. So before they actually lend you this money, they have to be able to ascertain through the due diligence that they conduct that you are indeed viable, you're eligible first of all, that you're a farmer and you're engaged in active business, but also that you have the potential to pay this loan.
Farmers requested that the loans be channeled through their chambers of commerce rather than the former arrangement. The director, Chambers of Commerce, Bosco Gwangedola, noted that the Bank of Uganda should consider regular engagements with the farmers to address the issues resulting from communication gaps.
But I am also seeing from what I've been discussing with my colleagues, sometimes your terms of this facility of ACF, your requirement sometimes is misunderstood with other banks.
Currently we're charging the ACF 12%, but if we got more funds to de-risk, we could lower it much below that, so that we see how to accommodate the agricultural activity.
At least 800 billion shillings has been disbursed over the last 14 years since the Agricultural Credit Facility was started. The Agricultural Credit Facility is a joint initiative of the Uganda government, commercial banks and credit institutions to offer medium to long-term financing for agribusiness projects focusing on the commercialization value addition, which was started in 2009. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Now, still again in the tourism sector, the killing of the 2 tourists and a tour guide this week sent shockwaves in the tourism industry of Uganda, with many operators registering cancellation. Now, in this exclusive Zoom interview, Mark Arnold Wadulo talks to John Hunwick, the director of Rwenzori Trekking Services, which has been operating in the Rwenzori Mountains for over 12 years now, as he shares the effects of the recent insecurities in his business.
Good afternoon, John. Thank you for honoring our invite to speak to pertinent issues concerning the tourism industry, particularly at this time where we are facing a number of terror activities, especially in the Western Uganda. How has the recent security situation near Queen Elizabeth National Park and the activities of the ADF rebels affected your tour operations and the safety of the tourists in the region? Would you kindly enlighten us on that front?
It's affected us very badly. After the massacre in the school, we had a lot of cancellations, a lot of people were fearing. And remember, they're going up in the Rwenzori Mountains up to a remote area. So they're quite aware of that, and they're quite sensitive to that situation. Of course, we get a lot of questions. What is the security like? Are we safe? What, which is normal. And you've got to consider that these people are going into a remote area. They're climbing for 8 days, and it's rather remote. So the chances of backup is minimal. Then it was starting to pick up again in the last few weeks, and we're getting some good bookings for December. Not good, but at least better than what we've been getting. And we're hopeful. But when this happened the other day, this unfortunate situation, people are just cancelled outright. We got one postponement, and then the others have cancelled, because I can understand them being scared.
So can you provide us insights into the safety measures your company has put in place to protect the tourists who visit areas near the border of Uganda and the DRC, for that matter, given the ongoing conflict with the ADF rebels?
Well, of course, all my guides and staff, the porters and everybody are very aware of the situation, and they're always vigilant and looking out for any signs. We constantly talking to them that if they see anything suspicious, please report straight away. And also UA has been exceptional. They're ever having patrols up in the mountain. UPDF are often up there with patrols as well. So we're all collaborating, and I think the mountain is rather secure. I can't say nothing will happen, but I highly doubt it. And not only for the patrols, but for the other reason, the terrain. On the Congo side, the mountain is very steep, and it's not impossible, but it's very, very difficult to climb up from the Congo side, and it's steep. So that is also a geological barrier to anything. They would rather go down to Queen Elizabeth or to the north of the Rwenzori to do their horrendous acts rather than face the challenge of the mountains.
Okay.
We've never had any problems up to date, and that's mainly because of that terrain barrier, the geological barrier.
Okay. So, John, you mentioned that this scenario has affected tourist bookings in the region due to the security concerns. But I would like to know, what steps are you taking to address these challenges particularly?
Well, of course, we're talking to security. It's really up to security to do the needful. And as I said, they've got patrols, and these last few days they've greatly increased the patrols. They're not finding anything, but they have to be vigilant and keep patrolling to make sure that they pick up any possible insertion.
Okay. So then, are there any specific guidelines or advice that you provide the tourists with before they embark on in regions with potential security risks? And if so, what are they?
The first thing is we're always honest with them. We tell them what it is and let them make the decision. I believe in honesty, and people can tell when you're honest. But in the mountains, it's had a record of being quite safe. It's not been a problem in the past. But of course, we have to always be vigilant and watchful.
So thank you very much, John. We really do hope for the best for the tourists that have come, and also that you continue collaborating with the security forces to ensure that all goes well. Otherwise, thank you very much for sharing your insights. We do look forward for any updates on your side.
And we're quite sure that security will be tightened in those vulnerable areas. Now over to Karamoja. Cultural leaders from the 9 districts of Karamoja have elected Peter Adey of Nyakaiwa in Abim district as the first Karimojong king with the title Papa, and a cow as their cultural symbol. In the meeting held in Moroto municipality, attended by the 3rd Division Commander Major General Don Williams Nabasa, Division Intelligence Officer Colonel Peter Wemba, Operation Usalama kwa Wote ISO Director, Deputy RDC Nabila Tuk, among others. Cultural leaders and others said that the aim of the Karamoja Cultural Administration is to address the challenges within the region.
Karamoja sub-region has 9 districts, each representing a sub-clan or more. The districts include Moroto District for Matheniko, Kotido District for G, Napak District for Bokora, Amdat Districts for Pokots, Abim Districts for Ether, Karenga District for Napole, Nakapiripirit, and Nabilatuk Districts for Pian people. Most of the decisions are made during the Achirikate, where only initiated elders access it since the place is regarded as scared. It's from this place where elders sit and evoke their gods on the troubles of the region, such as hunger, drought, among others. According to natives of Karamoja sub-region, people access it to present their issues.
Their voice, leaving the voiceless of the Wazee in the Achirikate. So meaning the Ghana has grabbed all their powers from the elders.
It remains unclear on whether it's the reason why Karamoja cultural leaders have formed Karamoja Cultural Administration, where Peter Adey of Nywake Abim district has been elected as the first Karimojong king.
Papa, Karamoja, who have called a king Papa, is that the spelling. The title of the cultural head will be called Papa Anasufan. Papa Anasufan, meaning the father of the ceremony.
Adey apologized to the security chiefs for cultural leaders not to cooperate with them in fighting criminality in Karamoja sub-region.
I'm sorry for leaving you to work alone.
Cultural leaders pledged to work with security forces in the region.
So that we find out these hidden elements who still have guns. We are ready to work hand in hand with you to remove those guns, sir. When we do it, we are not ready to welcome these Kenyans from Turkana, this Turkana from Kenya.
While officiating at the function held in Moroto Municipality, the 3rd Division Commander, Major General Williams Don Nabasa, commended Karamoja cultural leaders for the initiative.
This is very important on account that it bridges the gap between us, the security forces, with you, the cultural leaders.
Nabasa promised to take them for an ideological orientation training as it was with the local council leaders.
Because these are the most important leaders in Karamoja. More important than the politicians.
Yes.
These people are more important than the politicians. Because whoever wants to go out for a mission does not look for the politicians for the press, but they come to you. So we need to arrange something for you so that we can take you to visit and also acquire some lessons that will help us here in Karamoja.
But who will sit in Karamoja Cultural Administration?
This is the way it's going to be. We shall have a Karamoja Cultural Council, who will be headed by a senior elder. A senior elder is the one who initiated earlier than all the rest of the elders.
Cultural leaders explain how they are prepared for the challenges ahead.
And also have a team which is guarding them. We shall also send that team to the neighboring kabakas like Emorimor. In order to get what? How Emorimor has put his cabinet, how they stay, how they move with the cultural move.
And for votes. And whenever he comes in with an aim that tomorrow he be elected, whether good or bad. We have started this on our own. These councils will be constituted by the aggregate elders from each of the sections of that community.
Karimajongs belong to a Teka group who bear Nile Hamites, and they are normally governed by a council of elders. Brian Tumwenebiaruhanga, Moriniga, UBC News.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge.
Wano nno tuli Bukoto era lero we tugenda okugaba pichipichi yaffe eri omwanguzi waffe wano we tuzze.
I'm so excited and I'm sure even all the people, all the staff at Kwaliwath are all excited. We thank you very, very much.
Myaka 25 nga MTN ewereza naye nga buli week tugaba pichipichi 5.
Very, very excited. I'm excited about MTN giving back to its customers. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, MTN. The fact that we have won really shows that people like Mama. Their services are really nice. MTN, your services are okay. The network is good. We are satisfied.
Chikola sense ne?
Use the Momo app or dial *165 *3#.
Metu Bus Industries Namambe, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators and special purpose vans. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats or a special design that includes a restroom, power outlet, Wi-Fi, television and a refreshment center. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too! Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Are you passionate about a healthy living and wealth generation for your household? Learn how you can easily tap wealth and health from Mother Nature using science and technology. Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius Echuma Chiwagala Chuma has written a knowledge-packed book, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee. Grab your copy today at 20,000 shillings only at Prof Bioresearch Equatorial Mall, Aristoc Booklex branches, Acacia Mall, Garden City, Kampala Road, and Jumia, Uganda. Or call 0703 152 152 for deliveries. Remember, Money Grows on Trees, Sente Zimera Committee book is autographed by Omukenkufu Nyanzi Julius himself.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too! Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back from that short break. Now, as we look into the MK Initiative, MK Youth Initiative Foundation has launched the growing of cashew nuts in Karachi district in Teso region with the motive of supporting the youth in the region to get out of poverty.
The MK Youth Initiative Foundation has launched the growing of cashew nuts cash crop in Karachi district, Teso sub-region. So the young people cashew nuts growing are expected to increase household income, especially among the youth. Cashew nuts is a cash crop which farmers can earn a lot of money from because of the ready market.
At the leading producing country or region will be Teso region. Now that we have started today, you can see how many people are there. They're still planting. We have been here since morning planting the trees, and we are glad that the people have embraced it.
The youth in Karachi district, who are going to be the beneficiaries, applauded the MK Youth Initiative for giving them seedlings to grow cashew nuts and also for choosing Teso region to be a model place of growing cashew nuts, asking also the MK Initiative leadership to be monitoring the youth farmers.
I want to thank MK Initiative for having come to our village to bring out this project, so it is going to benefit us a lot. As far we have been looking how we can get income, but we have not.
A clan elder Peter Egoro explained that MK Youth Initiative Foundation is complementing government efforts aimed at empowering farmers in Teso to embrace commercial farming.
That MK Initiative, together with government, are trying to get ways of moving farmers from Teso, from subsistence economy to money-led economy. This, if well handled, coupled with the current PDM, that is a very good initiative from government also, will go a long way in changing the lifestyle of the people of Teso.
Egoro revealed the need to embrace cashew nut growing and also extending it to other parts of the country.
Have a sustainable project. So that where there are gaps, we fill the gap and we move the project throughout the Teso sub-region, if need be throughout the whole country.
The chairman MK Youth Initiative Foundation, Okiru Patrick, applauded General Mohozi Kainerugaba for the idea of starting the project of supporting the youth, especially through farming.
Here basically is that my colleague even realized that this is one of the best things that for us as a foundation we can invest in. So we are here today planting over about 1,000 stems of cashew nut, and we shall be giving other people within the neighborhood to also plant. But this is our beginning point, and I'm very happy that the people of Kalakid have embraced it.
Crispus Arinitwe, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Now, the East African Business Council has hosted a 2-day workshop in Uganda to dissect the demand analysis of agriculture products within the East African community. The workshop aimed at generating recommendations and strategies that would further boost regional integration and economic collaboration among other member states is here to stay.
The workshop focused on comparing the demand for perishable goods in the East African Community member states, which include Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and South Sudan. Perishable goods encompass a broad range of products including fresh fruits, vegetables, dairy items, and seafood, making this analysis crucial for the regional economy.
If you look at the demand for cassava, for instance, Kenya now is looking for cassava to substitute, to make composite. Now that's a huge amount. Also, these countries import wheat. If you look at the importation of wheat, it varies. Uganda is probably doing 1 million tons per annum. Kenya is doing double that amount, about 2 million tons. Tanzania is doing the same. Now, automatically that shows you that the variation is there. So you have also variation in terms of production and comparativeness, where Uganda might have a better comparative advantage than Kenya.
During the two-day event, discussions revolved around factors such as consumer preferences, consumption patterns, market trends, and the challenges involved in the distribution of perishable goods.
Now, contract farming has its advantages, and among them is that ready market. The moment you get into a contract, then you are very sure of the market. The moment you engage into a contract, you are sure of getting access to some services like extension services, like you are able to share the risks, you are able to have networks that can be able to help you grow your business very fast.
Perishable goods, by their very nature, necessitate efficient distribution and logistics, and understanding their demand is paramount for fostering intra-regional trade and economic growth within the East African community.
On why we need the contract farming bill to become a law, because of its relevance, and so we call upon government policymakers to see how they can hasten the process that it becomes a law and it benefits our country. It will be able to help us reduce 4 challenges that are affecting our country in agriculture. We have a challenge of consistency, contract farming can solve. Compliance, contract farming can solve. We have a challenge of quantity and quality.
East African community continues its journey towards greater regional cooperation. Events like this workshop play a vital role in harmonizing trade policies and enhancing economic opportunities for all member states. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
Makerere University Business School Entrepreneurship Incubation and Innovation Center is in partnership with the prestigious Stanford University. They have launched the groundbreaking empowerment through Peach Training program. This initiative is designed to empower refugee entrepreneurs with the vital skills necessary to effectively articulate their business ideas and unlock the critical funding opportunities.
The convergence of academia and entrepreneurship promises to reshape the prospects of refugee entrepreneurs and inspire innovation on an unprecedented scale. This innovative program has taken 2 successful pilots prior to the current project, fostering valuable collaborations.
The inspiration for arranging the MOVES Business Clinic was to give the program a physical presence, also to help the entrepreneurs connect with the local ecosystem. So what MOVES help us do actually is connect the entrepreneurs with the local ecosystem.
The primary objective of the Empowerment Through Peach Training program is to empower refugee entrepreneurs, fostering self-reliance and economic independence within a marginalized community.
So most of the refugee entrepreneurs, when they start, they tell us we are relying on others to really help us, but they have the vision, they have the wish to be self-sufficient. So what we try to do through this program is we are using entrepreneurship to really empower them so that they can be self-sufficient.
The hands-on education approach encompasses a range of skills including idea generation, team formation, market research, and the development of minimum viable products.
On top of that, we are also looking at the impact that these businesses are going to have in the future. So on top of the uniqueness of the ideas, the quality of the team, we are also going for impact that these startups are going to have into the wider community.
The curriculum goes beyond theoretical learning, focusing on practical skills and emphasizes the art of pitching business ideas effectively.
However, it is not very easy for one to start their business from a simple idea. Normally, the idea has to be well thought through. The person has to go and test that idea and be sure that indeed somebody out there is willing to buy their product or service.
The collaboration with Stanford University is to blend online and offline elements, allowing refugee entrepreneurs to connect with the local business ecosystem.
I'm very happy and excited about this program that has shaped me to believe in myself, that a refugee also can be an entrepreneur and be able to solve some of the challenges the community is facing. My idea is to create an e-commerce platform where entrepreneurs, refugees and women, and even the host can market their products to reach the global market.
The program's success hinges on the selection of 3 winning business ideas to be awarded seed funding. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Ndeka wena mulamu. Otyo. Mbakemye rubona. Mubaire muri kolati.
Ndide kulagira ono ngeri jiba kwayo kumbaga ya mwene ngwako isamo mope.
Eisimu eriwa je buliko.
Tola yesimu wena nakobye ironi geisimu tobulira.
Eisimu yini.
Niga sita ndala mukaga 5 sita 3 otewe ashi onige yesi. Balese chawo.
Balese merchant code je balisaba. Mama kadi bati.
Kajo buzono wachi tamu nsanvu nsanvu mirundi 3.
Balisaba.
Tamu esente dewe.
Amount. Baleta mobile money.
Mobile money.
Balikunsa bapini.
Ebucha utampiniyo.
Iwa imwe sasula
aye baba embaga ya mwene mwe kuoniza
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too. Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
And into the world of business, thank you so much for keeping it with us, and welcome back from that short break. Now, in the world of business, the Central Corridor route has received a massive cargo transport boost. This follows the rehabilitation and commissioning of 20 flatbed wagons financed by the Central Corridor Transit Transport Facilitation Agency, headquartered in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Uganda Railway Corporation has commissioned 20 rehabilitated flatbed wagons. The assets, financed by the Central Corridor Transit Transport Facilitation Agency to the tune of $300,000, will be deployed to the Central Corridor to help boost bulk cargo transport.
It's a worthwhile investment because seeing these back on, I don't know whether these people have the photographs of what they were before and what they are now. It's a worthwhile investment. One time I was asking, I was talking with the former MD, I was asking him, why all this garbage and scrap in the rail yard? Then they told me, no, in the railway industry we don't have a lot of scrap. What you see as a scrap, just give us money, you'll see it function. And that's what we see now.
The Executive Secretary, CCTTFA, Advocate Flori Okanju, says the 5-member country organization is committed to easing trade and improving cargo traffic by enhancing efficiency.
And it is our hope that it will decrease a lot the price of goods here in Kampala because it will facilitate the smooth moving of cargo from Dar es Salaam port to Kampala.
While rail covers the stretch from Dar es Salaam port to the port of Mwanza on Lake Victoria, the mostly roll-on, roll-off cargo is loaded on the ships plying the Mwanza Port Bell route.
We are directly improving the capacity to serve the nation better. The wagons will be deployed on the Central Corridor route on Lake Victoria.
The new development has been welcomed by the business community, who had raised concerns of the route's limited assets.
And I'm telling the importers, or Uganda importers, that Central Corridor, so many things has changed a lot on the ground.
The cost is an issue for us as business people. We believe that when the cargo handling is doubled in terms of how much they can bring in and how much they can take out, that kind of efficiency and the velocity, the cycle of how movements are, will eventually bring the economies of scale to lower the rates that we are being charged at the moment.
The Central Corridor prides in two of the most affordable means of bulk transport, rail and water. The task now is increasing visibility and business.
When we use water, in water there is no traffic jams. In the rail there is no traffic jams. So it will help us a lot to reduce the congestion on the road, to decrease the budget of road rehabilitations, but also some pollution.
Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Government, in partnership with Buganda Kingdom, has embarked on the campaign to mobilize farmers to continue growing coffee. However, these farmers are still challenged with rampant challenges of counterfeit coffee herbicides, among others.
Implement large-scale mechanization and irrigation, and improve farmer mobilization, education, and partnership with large commercial farmers for the production of strategic commodities such as coffee, maize, and tea to meet national and international demand.
Government recently in the National Budget 2023-2024 emphasized the need of value addition, and this was commended by farmers. However, equipment for value addition is still challenging them, as many cannot afford them in their localities. These farmers, especially for coffee, are encouraging government and the Buganda Kingdom as they mobilize the growing of coffee to emphasize sensitization seminars aimed at quality coffee, fight counterfeit coffee herbicides, among others. A coffee farmer in Mawale Semuto Nakaseke district, Pastor Sam Kabuye Kasule, accompanied with the group of Mawale Mwanyitelimba, were on the study tour to the Wakiso district coffee model farmer in Namupenje, the one Remeka Kagwaka Tende.
We've come to visit our fellow farmer to learn more, to share experience together, and to see how we can improve on what we are doing, because this is our income, this is our job, and we want to do it better. So we've come to visit him and share our experience together.
Pastor Kabuye Kasura encouraged the youth against selling their land, but utilize it in agriculture, especially coffee growing, and farmers asked to avoid practices against quality coffee sold on the market.
Farmers known to pick coffee that is not ready. Some people just pick any coffee, even the green, red, and it makes the value of the coffee go down. And in the way how we dry it is also very, very important. Let's buy taplings. They're easy to buy. And then dry the coffee on the taplings. In the past days, people used to get cement and make cemented flour. But that is expensive. At least let us buy taplings and dry the coffee on the taplings and only pick coffee that is red.
The model coffee farmer in Namumpenje, Nakauka in Wakiso district, Remeka Kagwakatende says on his 10 acres of coffee garden that was planted in 2021 and is expecting in the first season to harvest over 20 bags of coffee. A number of coffee farmers are visiting Namumpenje and Nakauka in Wakiso district to emulate good farm practices. Abdul Nasir Luwama and Fred Kasibante for UBC.
Now into the commercial agriculture, farmers in Uganda have been urged to intensively invest in commercial agriculture in order to attract investments and increase their market access. The call was made at the second annual Farmers Symposium hosted by Uganda Breweries Limited in Kampala.
Agriculture is integral to Uganda's future. It is the country's most important export sector, contributing nearly half of the total exports and employing about 7% of the population. However, there are obstacles to diversifying the sector, and they include the limited availability of finance and investment, high interest rates, poor agricultural practices, and limited access to use of quality agro-inputs, among others.
Access to cheap credit is not possible. So your smallholder farmer cannot get the money easily because he doesn't have the requirements that the banks want. On the other hand, the guy who has the ability to give you the money quickly has very expensive money. So it's a really tough challenge for the rural farmer, who is the majority, and therefore it becomes very difficult.
No one does business in agriculture at the interest rate Uganda is offering. No one will be able to do it. Not even at 10%. Let us not kid ourselves. So we need negotiators. Farmers, you need to negotiate with government and banking. No one does business. If Uganda's economy, as you're talking about, is agro-based, and I believe it's so, we need a different conversation and a different discussion.
The second annual Farmers Symposium held by Uganda Breweries Limited therefore seeks to create mutual collaboration, policy alignment, and foster economic growth within the agricultural value chain through its Farm for Success program.
A farmer to be successful, one, he needs the technical skills. So what to do, where to do it, the extension services, yes, but also the origin, the seeds. Are you getting the right quality of seed? Because you can start with the wrong seed and it doesn't matter how well the extension services are executed. So we start with seed, and for that we are working with government institutions like NARO.
We are saying that if you have more land, then you can engage in extensive agriculture where you can grow products of strategic demand. For example, sugarcane. For example, maize. For example, cotton. That you can only break even if you grow on large scale.
To ensure the program's success, the public has been urged to invest in commercial farming in order to increase the sector's investment potential.
It is very exciting times. I think we want the youth to come in. We want the women to be fully involved. We want people with disabilities included in this journey. And we are going to transform step by step, grain by grain, farm by farm.
The Farm for Success program seeks to impact the lives of 50,000 farmers growing specifically sorghum, barley and corn by 2030. Charlotte Amuge for UBC News.
Now, Uganda's fuel energy sector eagerly embraced the launch of castor oil in Uganda, anticipating a significant upgrade in the lubrication application for the country's automotive industry. The RUPE's chief executive officer, Jean Christian Bargain, hailed the arrival of castor, affirming that its introduction to the Ugandan market will bring efficiency, reliability, and will improve the engine performance of vehicles in the country. Well, we will be bringing that story in our subsequent bulletins. The last story about the factory cylinder, the Minister for Trade and Cooperative, Francis Mwebesa, has pledged to collaborate with the National Environment Management Authority to make sure that the gas cylinder cost is low, to enable people to desist from using charcoal to save environment.
Uganda loses over 10,000 hectares of forests annually due to charcoal burning, logging, lumbering, clearing for agriculture, and construction, according to the recent NEMA report. To address the matter, the second gas cylinder factory has been launched in Nyibabombo, Luwero district. The Minister for Trade and Cooperatives, together with the State Minister for Luwero Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, launched the facility with an appeal to the public to desist from charcoal burning.
We shall try, as a government, to make your cost of production low, so that you reduce this price of imported cylinders. And surely, I think it could be, although a few things have been mentioned, like electricity, that is increasing your cost of production, as my colleague Minister said.
The State Minister for Luwero Triangle pledged talks with the Minister for Investment and Privatization to attract more investors in order to invest in Luwero.
Our dear investors, I wish that you would bring many more industries here. I have met you now. I'm going to partner with you, and we identify areas that you can still lend a hand or put your money in.
The sales and marketing manager at Go Cylinder Factory says power challenge has affected works at the factory.
We have lost a lot of money. We have delayed so many clients. We can't deliver on time, so we would love if the ministers will support us and the government.
The Luwero District Chairperson Erasto Chibirango assured total support to the factory and advised them to prioritize locals while employing.
On behalf of the people of Luwero, we have to pledge our support, dear members and management of this factory, that we are going to be behind you. We hope to coexist and work.
The factory has capacity to produce over 300 cylinders per day, and at the start employs over 70 people. Crispus, Arinitwe, Andrew Sebira, UBC News.
UBC